Hello everybody and welcome to the third match, I guess, of quarterfinals. We have Antious versus DarkPorygon. Antious from the US and DarkPorygon from Japan. Let's skip the early game a bit. They are playing on Normandy. It's Kindle versus Andy, so I guess Andy has a bit of an edge. With the healing, you can heal the power from Kindle for the most part, I guess. But the problem with those powers that do damage is they don't fill up the CO meter, so all the damage that DarkPorygon does to Antious is not gonna count for the power meter here for him to get his repair going. Right now DarkPorygon dropping some infantry here with his Black Bolt. Antious doing the same. He also has some infantry on this lander here. Both players mirroring each other for the most part, I guess. Antious actually goes for a transport copter. DarkPorygon has a recon here already. Really early recon, goes for double mech as well. And Antious is using this transport copter to get some more aggressive captures. Also goes for a bunch of mechs and infantry right here. Right now Antious just spamming infantry for the most part. DarkPorygon goes for a tank. Right now Antious ahead on capture, I guess, but DarkPorygon should be equalizing that soon. Antious trying to go for this con tower of DarkPorygon. I mean, actually, generally this player get this con tower, so it's gonna be tough, I guess, for Antious now that DarkPorygon has this recon sitting on the con tower. DarkPorygon also goes for the artillery. Right now, both players with 13k. Antious finally gets a mech going as well on this side, but it's gonna be too late to deny the con tower for DarkPorygon. DarkPorygon actually pulling out ahead on income for now, and he goes for a battlecopter, even does a base skip to get a mech. Right now Antious dropping this. I don't know if dropping is the right word in English for the recon, leaving the lander there. And he also goes for a battlecopter. No anti-air for now. Antious capturing the con tower but gets interrupted again by DarkPorygon. He sees the mech coming. And the lander just getting some mechs here. The mechs from DarkPorygon are coming in as well. Right now both players just trying to get on position with all their infantry. Antious has one tank and DarkPorygon as well. They also have both a battlecopter, but Antious went for another battlecopter and DarkPorygon went for anti-air for now. Right now both players with 18k still. DarkPorygon going for a lot of artillery, actually. I don't know why I couldn't remember the word. Right now, a lot of units being deployed, not much to talk about honestly, mostly they're just killing each other infantry. Finally, Antious got the con tower capture, but he loses the infantry there, loses right away. He does have a lot of recon, mechs there. I'm sorry, my casting skills today are terrible. DarkPorygon another base skip here. He goes for anti-air and battlecopters, I guess. It's mostly gonna be just battlecopters now for both players. Antious trying to get on position here with both battlecopters on the right side. Both players just fighting over the con towers for now. DarkPorygon, actually they're pretty even on income and the units for now. DarkPorygon is killing a bunch of infantry actually right now, even almost gets this recon with the mech. So DarkPorygon pulling a bit ahead right now. Antious does get a nice engagement on this battlecopter though. There's more battlecopters coming. He also drops the tank and the artillery there. Another battlecopter coming in here on the con tower side. Right now, Antious is managing to defend his con tower. Both players actually, and DarkPorygon goes for the Urban Blight. He gets this tank from Antious and a few infantry that were here. He gets this lower infantry and the mech with the entire, gets another infantry, and that's it. He's trying to get his tank on this con tower side. And he goes for another tank and a battlecopter. Antious right now could go for the normal power, but I guess he doesn't see much use for it right now. He prefers to save up for the superpower and get the movement increase as well. Trying to hold on to his con tower right now. I guess DarkPorygon is a bit ahead on unit count. He gets another tank and a bunch of infantry there. Also starts capturing the con tower actually, and I don't think Antious can stop the capture from DarkPorygon. He also goes for a medium tank. Antious getting a nice shot with the artillery there, interrupts his own CO con tower capture. Goes for the hyper upgrade, the superpower for Angie. Drops some infantry here, but I don't know if that's a good idea. He at least gets some vision, sees the ATR here, but goes for the engagement with the battlecopter anyway. Moving in with his tanks, goes also for a medium tank. DarkPorygon killing a bunch of stuff, still capturing the con tower. The infantry here just dies. And he goes for another Urban Blight, so that really hurts. The medium tank taking 3 damage there, along with the battlecopter. That's a lot of value. In fact, Antious only has 11k from his income to spend of his 19. He is behind 2k right now on income. But the bigger problem is he's really behind on unit count. He only has now 25, but he had 22 against 34 on the start of his turn. Right now, DarkPorygon killing even more infantry, gets a nice engagement on this battlecopter here. Moving in, actually backing off a bit from his con tower here. I guess afraid of some reinforcements from Antious. The battlecopters are coming in here. He gets the artillery, and this mech takes a lot of damage as well. Now he goes for a battlecopter and medium tank again. Right now DarkPorygon killing all those tanks from Antious here, and I guess the problem Antious is really behind and he's trying to fight back on both fronts. But I don't see him being able to fight back this way. He probably should give up either this side right here, or I guess he should fight hard on this con tower side since it's his con tower side. But the problem is it's really hard to reinforce here since the lander is on the other part of the map, and this part is easier to navigate with vehicles. So maybe he should try to go in on this side and take the DarkPorygon con tower. I'm not sure, to be honest. But right now DarkPorygon really killing a lot of stuff from Antious, and Antious resigns with half the units. So I guess the biggest problem was those early game recons. To be honest, they really denied the con tower for quite a while for Antious, and then DarkPorygon really had the strong presence here with mechs and eventually tanks. Antious also delayed a lot of his vehicles, going for a lot of mechs that I think mostly just died to infantry and artillery there, so not getting a lot of value. But Antious played well, I think. So let's see if next game if he can come back from DarkPorygon. So far the players weren't able to win the second game, but let's see what happens. Hello everybody, and this is second game now DarkPorygon won the first game on... what was the map? Normandy. And right now they are playing on Stalingrad, Sonia I think, versus Jake. DarkPorygon coming in with the Jake pick, Antious with the unusual Sonia pick. Let's see if it works out for him. Let's skip the early game bid. Antious goes for the early recon, and DarkPorygon goes for the early artillery. We saw DarkPorygon with a lot of artillery on Stalingrad on the tiebreakers around the his enemy con tower, so he's going for the same strategy, I guess, here. Antious though has the ridiculous vision with the Sonia pick here. The recon can see on his enemy's HQ. I don't know why this capture icons here on this this infantry on the middle of the plains, capturing the plains here. Antious right now getting some captures. He has this anti-air and battlecopter here. Goes for another battlecopter actually. So he has a tank, a recon, and a lot of battlecopters. The recon dies here to the anti-air. Artillery and the recon. Artillery, for some reason, I never can say this word properly. DarkPorygon also waits for a battlecopter here. He also has a transport copter to get those faraway properties. I guess is a good idea on Stalingrad. He goes for a base keep though here. I don't like the base keeping. Antious starts capturing there. Coming in with the battlecopter. The recon is gonna interrupt this capture, which is nice. Right now, Antious ahead one property. Not sure why, but he is ahead on one property. Let's see if... yeah, DarkPorygon is gonna get a bunch of captures now. The artillery coming forward here. Actually, now he's 3k ahead of Antious. He starts capturing this faraway property and this other one as well. He's still capturing, but I guess the recon can just kill this infantry next turn. He goes for a double tank and a recon. The battlecopter getting some damage here, and the anti-air is out of reach for now. So sorry. But this lower tank here gets finished off by the battlecopter. The tank from Antious. The battlecopter started the engagement. The infantry here actually gets killed by another infantry, and he's still harassing some infantry there. I guess it would be better to interrupt this capture here, but I guess the recon could reach, but he couldn't see this capture. Right now Antious coming in with another battlecopter, equalizing a bit the captures there. Right now DarkPorygon coming in with this recon, almost getting this infantry, but not much else happening. He starts capturing around his con tower area here with two battlecopters. Antious still behind 3k, but he's getting the artillery from DarkPorygon. He has two tanks now here and two battlecopters, so things are gonna get a bit scary for DarkPorygon. He also has an anti-air here, and now DarkPorygon has his two battlecopters. He has a medium tank coming, but I don't think that's gonna get there anytime soon. Maybe 3 turns, I guess. Yeah. And Antious goes for artillery, and the tank finally goes for this infantry here. Right now, DarkPorygon just getting those properties around his con tower area, getting some infantry. He gets one of the battlecopters with the anti-air finally coming in. The battlecopters actually start going the other direction, fearing the anti-air there from Antious. Antious getting all the artillery from DarkPorygon, so I guess the plan from the last game didn't work. The tiebreaker game that he had on Stalingrad. And Antious even goes for the counter break, so right now his units will counter-attack before they are attacked actually, so these tanks are safe for the most part. This anti-air is gonna take some damage before killing the battlecopter. He can't quite attack the tanks, I guess, unless he wanna take some damage. Even the infantry here is fighting back quite well. guess that was a decent superpower, not really great, but he got some value out of it. Right now, Antious is almost even on capture. He's really taking control of the center of the map. He gets a lot of nice engagements, get this entire here. So this Battlecopter is gonna be free to do some damage here. Again, he sees the Battlecopter from DarkPorygon though. DarkPorygon has another entire coming. Antious is still making a lot of Battlecopters and goes for a medium tank finally. And DarkPorygon goes for the Block Rock. Gets some tanks there, almost get this recon, and that's it I think. The medium tank gets the recon actually. And this other medium tank, he actually has two medium tanks, gets in some infantry here. But Antious is still ahead on units somehow. He also is ahead on capture right now, 26 to 25. He gets the Battlecopter with the entire. And more Battlecopters coming in against those medium tanks. They are gonna do really well, I think. He goes for the medium tank, another one, now he has a medium tank chain. The entire gets taken out by the medium tank, but right now, yeah, DarkPorygon has one entire coming, but he's really behind on unit count. He's 22, 27, 26, almost 30, okay. He kinda equalizes unit count now, buying some stuff. But I have a feeling Antious is gonna be really ahead on units next turn. He goes for the superpower again. So his units likely won't die next turn. He gets some damage on the medium tank there, gets some nice damage on this tank, and goes for anti-air and another Battlecopter in the tank. Right now, both players on 26 income. DarkPorygon manages to equalize this a bit at least. He gets the Battlecopter, but the Battlecopter does a bit of damage to the entire at least. The medium tanks now doing some damage. Actually, two medium tanks, I believe, to kill one tank there. Okay, he killed the infantry. Yeah, that doesn't make sense, I guess. DarkPorygon goes for another medium tank, but this medium tank is gonna take a lot of damage from this artillery and the Battlecopter. Right now, Antious really coming in with the artillery around his own tower side. He's also getting the entire here, and the Battlecopter is getting damage on the medium tank. So right now, DarkPorygon doesn't quite have an answer for this Battlecopter. He has this other Battlecopter coming in, but not quite on position. And Antious is really ahead on unit count right now, 29 to 22. He almost gets this Battlecopter, but not quite gets some damage on this artillery and gets the lower tank there. He goes for double tank and anti-air since Antious is still making a lot of Battlecopters. He actually has a new tank coming. The Battlecopter there gets the recon. Finally killing that vision from DarkPorygon. The medium tank gets the entire. He has double medium tank right here on his con tower side. Goes for a Battlecopter, entire and tank. Jake, DarkPorygon goes for the superpower, the Block Rock. Entire gets the Battlecopter, but he was really low already. The Battlecopter gets one artillery and another artillery gets there. But the problem is, right now, Antious has the superpower and he has two medium tanks here already. He goes for the counter break, the Sonya superpower, gets a Battlecopter right away, gets some damage on this medium tank, almost kills it with the other medium tank, gets one tank, gets this recon, and does a lot of damage to the tank with his own tank, starts capturing actually the con tower from DarkPorygon. Moving in with the new tank right now, makes a bomber. And right now DarkPorygon is a bit behind on unit count, but he's still fighting with the medium tank and everything. He's really trying to make a wall here with the anti-air and his medium tanks and everything. Antious kills this lower medium tank, gets some damage on this tank. gets some properties, so now he's 3k ahead, gets the entire and gets the tank. This medium tank is kinda hiding on the woods now. Bomber going in and the fighter to, I guess, preempt the fighter response from DarkPorygon. DarkPorygon still hasn't seen the bomber, he's quite behind on unit count right now, 21 to 26. And after Antious buys, this is gonna be even worse. The medium tanks get 2 tanks now, making things even worse for DarkPorygon. The fighter coming in, he gets this tank with his own tank. And he goes for double tank and APC and the battlecopter. The APC to get those captures, I guess. The medium tanks get rid of the new tank, but it takes some damage back. He gets the anti-air and does some damage to the battlecopter. He sees the bomber and kills it with the anti-air. Really nice. Now this fighter doesn't have much of a reason to exist, really. So that was nice for DarkPorygon. He almost equalizes unit count as well. He's actually ahead on unit value right now after killing the bomber. But Antious goes for the superpower. If he had the superpower with the bomber wouldn't have died. He actually would almost kill the entire there. Right now coming in with the fighter and a lot of his stuff. He goes for a new tank again. Right now DarkPorygon fighting back, killing a bunch of, doing some damage. But Antious is 4k ahead on income right now. And DarkPorygon goes for a base keep to get a middle tank. The fighter gets the battlecopter and the battlecopter finishes off the entire. He also gets the lower middle tank there. Coming in with the new tank. Now he's really ahead in unit count, almost double what DarkPorygon has. DarkPorygon manages to interrupt the... I guess he wasn't capturing the con tower, but he had some infantry there. Antious, that is, of course. He's getting those medium tanks from Antious, but the problem is the units from Antious just keep on coming, and he's got higher income, so he's gonna have better units than DarkPorygon. And this map is so big that most of the engagements always take here place on the center, so whoever player is ahead ends up continuing ahead, I guess, for the most part, other than those border captures here. Sometimes you can sneak in some capture, but right now Antious is the one capturing DarkPorygon's far away properties. DarkPorygon actually going in, killing some stuff, trying to interrupt this capture, I suppose. Antious has 30k income right now. He's also ahead on army value. He almost gets this tank, runs away with this artillery here. The APC sees the medium tank, the new tank gets this normal tank here. He has some anti-air coming in and the fighter moving back a bit. The fighter, I guess, only got the battlecopter there from DarkPorygon. Goes for the superpower and he gets a nice artillery shot on the new tank here. He interrupts this capture, almost gets this battlecopter, gets this artillery with the medium tank, and is coming in with a bunch of stuff. But Antious, actually they're even on unit count right now. DarkPorygon even has more army value, but he goes for the counter break, so he's probably not going to lose any units next turn, and he gets some of the units from DarkPorygon. He's still 6k ahead. He goes for double medium tank actually. At this point it's getting kinda hard for DarkPorygon to even see what's going on the map since he has so few units. He goes for double tank and an anti-air. Right now Antious going in with the battlecopters, doing a lot of damage to those medium tanks. Starts capturing this property right here. He wants even more income than he already has. the medium tanks coming in, he gets this battlecopter with the fighter paying for itself almost there with 2 battlecopter wins. He's running out of fuel actually. DarkPorygon fighting back there, gets a battlecopter or gets the entire... This battlecopter also dies, but it was really low already. The medium tank doing some damage to that tank. Antious interrupts the capture from DarkPorygon. He was trying to sneak this capture here, but no luck in that. The fighter killing another battlecopter. Okay, the fighter now paid for itself. I was afraid that it was going to die to some anti-air or something, but it did its job really well, I suppose. After the bomber died without doing much. Right now, Antious really ahead on army value, has some units, but DarkPorygon resigns. So at 30, I guess the player with most properties would have won, so Antious was gonna win probably anyway, because it was gonna be really hard for DarkPorygon to get 6. I mean, he could get 3 properties from Antious, but that was really unlikely, since Antious was winning most of the fights there. So that's it, Antious manages to fight back and win game 2. The strategy of the triple artillery here didn't quite work for DarkPorygon. I guess he only had 2. Maybe with 3 he could hold this position, I'm not sure. But let's see how they play the last game now. So in the last game we have Antious as Lash again and DarkPorygon as Andy. It didn't quite work out the first time for Antious, but let's see if he managed to make the Lash the Lash pick work this time. I'll skip the early game a bit. DarkPorygon starts with a Recon on his strong side. Antious also goes for a Recon, but on the weak side he sees the Recon here from DarkPorygon. Right now DarkPorygon is dodging a bit this Recon from Antious, he really doesn't want to be seen. He has a tank on his strong side as well. Both players, even for now, just going for those normal captures, both capturing the con tower. Antious actually has some artillery coming in instead of the tank. And he also has a transport copter, I guess this is why he couldn't get a tank. So this transport copter is gonna help boosting those captures for him. But DarkPorygon has the Recon, even though the Recon can't reach these captures, so I guess for now Antious is safe. Now DarkPorygon, after the second tank, goes for an artillery, so I guess if Antious also goes for a tank, they're gonna... Okay, he goes for a battlecopter. I was gonna say they're gonna mirror each other's build, but it doesn't happen. DarkPorygon starts capturing the part here. Hyphon generally, whatever player gets control of the center and manages to keep it wins the game. There's also a lot of harassment with these recons on the strong side here. On the bottom for this player and on the top for this player. Antious going for this artillery sitting here on these woods. DarkPorygon has this capture interrupted, but he's gonna get his infantry soon. DarkPorygon getting this property, and he's gonna get this one next turn probably, moving the tanks up actually. The Recon is coming back a bit. This tank almost gets the Recon, he interrupts this capture and he kills this infantry. DarkPorygon went for anti-air and the battlecopter, so he's ready for the battlecopter of Antious. I guess he doesn't see yet the battlecopter. Antious interrupting a bunch of the captures from DarkPorygon, but DarkPorygon is still one property ahead for now. He sees the artillery here and the tank gets it. A lot of damage, I guess this is why DarkPorygon was moving the tanks up. He had a feeling, I guess, he got shot by the artillery with his infantry. So I don't know if it's really worth to be shooting at the infantry with the artillery here if you don't have an infantry wall. Antious interrupting some captures, I guess he's gonna back up with the artillery now. Yeah. And he goes for... another battlecopter. Actually, he backed up with his other battlecopter. I guess he saw the anti-air there, or was afraid at least of it. Oh, sorry. Right now, both players even on capture actually, but DarkPorygon gets this recon. Antious has a tank sitting on DarkPorygon's con tower actually. After DarkPorygon left the tanks here, so I guess that was a good move. He gets a real nice engagement here with the battlecopter. And this anti-air can't quite reach for now. He's got another artillery coming in, and the tank gets quite some damage on the anti-air. DarkPorygon moving in with the infantry. Right now both players kinda inverting their strong side. DarkPorygon has more stuff here on the top and Antious on the bottom. I guess DarkPorygon actually is taking control of the center. He goes for the hyper repair, so he gets 2 healing on all his units. Not much really, but it's quite some value. On army value, I guess his army value was around 80. Okay, he gets, I guess, not even 5% increase on army value, because most of his units were full HP. Antious goes for medium tank, and not much happening for now. This battlecopter is gonna get almost taken out by the anti-air. The tank finishes off the battlecopter actually. This tank stops the con tower capture here. Both players holding on to their con towers for now. DarkPorygon went for a lot of engagements there, but the artillery is gonna take out a lot of the infantry. He's still trying to go for this con tower capture. I'm not sure about this, but whatever. The battlecopter comes in and does some damage to this tank. The anti-air, okay, but the problem is DarkPorygon has another anti-air ready. I guess from the last game he knew that Antious was really going for the battlecopter play. Really likes his battlecopter, so he's making a lot of anti-air. Antious went for the superpower, the prime tactics, I think. So let's see if this battlecopter... Okay, the battlecopter just gets taken off. Oh, the Sonya superpower actually was the counter-attack one. Let's see when he goes for the superpower again, so I can remember. Oh, prime tactics, okay. I guess I got the name right, but the power only really doubles terrain star, so he gets more defense, but this battlecopter gets no defense from terrain, so I guess it doesn't matter really. DarkPorygon goes for hyper repair again. He gets, okay, some value, I guess 5k again, but it allows him to keep on fighting on both fronts. Right now Antious coming in with the battlecopters. He also has a medium tank coming in, so a bit of a transition I guess, but he goes back to the battlecopters right now. The anti-air actually killing this battlecopter, oh my god. And right now DarkPorygon really taking control of the con tower. I didn't even catch, but Antious managed to capture the con tower. I guess he used his superpower for that. So right now he has both con towers, but he's behind on unit count. Quite behind, even though he has a medium tank, so I guess that's nice. But DarkPorygon also built one now. Antious is still making battlecopters, but the problem is DarkPorygon has plenty of anti-air. He kills one artillery with the anti-air actually. The tanks here just taking all the infantry. No prisoners. DarkPorygon actually goes for a transport copter to get this infantry on the front lines. Actually he has only 4 infantry here, and those 2 probably are gonna die soon, so that's a bit of a problem for him. Even if he's ahead on units, he can't quite capture. Antious has a lot of infantry, but he only has infantry for the most part. He has the medium tank and a few battlecopters, but DarkPorygon has a lot of anti-air, so those battlecopters are not gonna do much. DarkPorygon has a lot of tanks here. This tank gets taken out. Antious is trying to keep his captures, trying to capture this port, but doesn't quite work. DarkPorygon has 1k income for quite a while now, but not much of a difference really. I guess what's really being a problem for Antious is he went for a lot of Battlecopters, and DarkPorygon just keeps his anti-air alive. He has 3 anti-air right now. Anti-air is really great against infantry and Battlecopters, and that's pretty much all Antious has right now. DarkPorygon even got rid of the medium tank, I guess, with his own medium tank, so yeah, Antious goes for the Prime Tactics again, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. Another Battlecopter get taken out. Oh, 2 Battlecopters taken out. I guess right now things are really tough for Antious. He actually only has 11 units versus 20 of DarkPorygon. He does quite some damage to DarkPorygon, but he goes for the Hyper Repair, so it doesn't matter the damage. Andy's gonna repair all those damaged units and gets even some movement bonus there, and Antious resigns. I mean, the problem really was all the Battlecopter spin against all those anti-airs. I know the Temptation, I really like Battlecopters, and on this map I also go for a lot, but when my opponent makes a lot of anti-air, yeah, it's really problematic. You really gotta have a recon on the front to see what's going on, and even then, you know, you gotta start making tanks as well, because in the end the tanks are gonna win most engagements. So that was it. Antious put up a really good fight against DarkPorygon, almost goes ahead, but DarkPorygon is the one that wins and goes to semifinals. So let's see what happens on the last match. And if you like this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.